designing, selecting robotic system, run simulation, implementation, commissioning and programming, evaluating the efficiency and reliability of industrial robotic system, reprogramming or calibrating to achieve maximum quality and quantity, IoT strategies, standards, protocols, embedded or real-time operating system, and or driven kernel development. She has programming skills in languages like Python, Scala, and R. She uses machine learning and statistical modeling techniques to develop and evaluate algorithms to improve performance, quality, data management, and accuracy. She has delivered many seminars and technical talks on topics of deep learning, data science, and industrial IoT and institutions. She has done projects for highly reputed organizations like Cybersecurity Cell, Nagpur for Lok Sabha elections and fraudulent analysis, US election social media monitoring for US client, and data analytics and 3D modeling using drone survey to collect electromagnetic and GPS positioning. Today, she will be delivering a talk on teaching learning resources and NoSQL databases. Once again, welcoming you, ma'am. So I hope you have a nice session. Delivering to
Thank you,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So, good afternoon, everyone.
Very good
So,
afternoon.
so my topic is teaching and learning resources for NoSQL database. So, as you know, so today's agenda is first we'll talk about what is NoSQL, then why we need NoSQL, then we'll see what is the difference between traditional databases and NoSQL databases, then we'll see live demonstration. I'll show you live how NoSQL databases and SQL databases are different. Then we'll insert a query using some small applications in SQL and NoSQL. Okay, then in finally I'll tell you bit learning resources. Okay, so first we'll start about what is NoSQL. So as you know, NoSQL is stands for not only SQL. Okay, or you can say not SQL or NoRel, like this. So NoSQL databases is a non-relational data management system. Okay, so that does not require schema in the sense like in traditional databases we have tables and some structure properties. Okay, so it avoids joins and it easy to scale. Okay, if you want to scale up your existing data, then in NoSQL it is easy to scale your existing databases. So the major purpose of using NoSQL databases is for distribution of data store with homogeneous data storage needed. Okay, so NoSQL is for big data and real-time web apps, where, for example, Twitter, Facebook, Google, that the companies collect terabytes of user data every single day. Okay, so then what is a drawback of traditional databases? So traditional basis is relational database management system uses SQL syntax to store and retrieve data for further insights. And instead of NoSQL database management system, okay, so encompasses a wide range of databases technologies that can be stored, structured, semi-structured, unstructured, and polymorphic data. So let's understand about NoSQL. So before that, I'll tell you what is drawbacks with SQL databases. So SQL databases, as I already told you, so these are a relational database management system. So if you let's take an example. If you can say, if we have a table of customer, and in customer like orders and products, so looking together logically. If your customers, orders and products, I'm taking the example of e-commerce websites. Okay, so so customer place orders and orders contain product. Okay, so this is tight organization. Every table is linked with other table. Okay, and this tight organization is great for managing your data, but it comes at a cost that relational databases have hard time scaling. Okay, uh, they have to maintain this relationship like customer, orders and then product. Okay, so that's an intensive process, so require a lot of memory and computer power and compute power. So for a while you can keep upgrading your database server, but at some time it will not able to handle the load. Okay, in technical terms you can say that relational database can scale vertically but not horizontally. I'll tell you uh, how it scale vertically and horizontally, and
Ma'am,
what is
sorry to interrupt. Are
yes.
you still in slide one because slide is not moving?
No, I'm checking this slide only.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So let's talk about why NoSQL. Okay, so as you can say that in digital worlds, data is generating tremendously. Digital data is generated every you can say hundreds of petabytes of data is generated every seconds, and hundreds of query run in every seconds. Okay, so what is so here I am comparing NoSQL with SQL with some examples with, in terms of model data schema, consistency and ability, and in the form of performance. Okay, so let's take vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. Okay, if you can say, let's take a example of building. Okay, if you can say vertically scaling means adding more floors to the existing floor. Okay, so there is certain limit for that floors, right? In horizontal scaling it means adding more buildings horizontally, not vertically. But in NoSQL database you can say you can scale your data horizontally and vertically also. Okay, so let's take an example of model how NoSQL and SQL works. Okay, so the in model NoSQL database, or you can say NoSQL data base, is a non-relational data model. So there is no relation between columns and tables, or we don't have columns and tables in NoSQL data. So data stored in a JSON document, or you can say key value pairs, or wide columns, or in the form of graphs. But in SQL, data is linked with table, one table with another table, and relational data model is used in SQL SQL database system, and you store the data in table. So in second term, we have data. So if we talk about data, so data offers in NoSQL data offers flexibility. It's NoSQL offers flexibility. Not every records need to store the same properties. We don't have to store the data in same property in NoSQL. So new properties can be added anytime. Okay, and this is NoSQL for is good for semi-structured, complex, and nested data. NoSQL here in NoSQL databases is used where the solution of every record has the same property. If you know this is the only property for your particular form or particular data, then only you can go for SQL databases. So if you want to change some properties, or if you want to add some new field in your form, so you have to change your properties in backend also. So you have to add properties may require altering your schema or backlinking of your data. Okay, SQL is good for structured data. NoSQL is good for complex data, or you can say there is no structure for your data. Okay. Then in the form of schema. So in NoSQL databases, data, as I told you, data can be added anytime, anywhere, anytime, because NoSQL database have dynamic schema, or you can say flexible schema. So database is a schema that database schema is very flexible, so you can add any field anytime, any field, or you can change any front end data. So and you don't have to, at the same time, you don't have to change the backend properties also in NoSQL. But in SQL, you have to follow the strict schema. It is in, okay. You have to follow the strict schema. It is impossible to add data until and unless you define a table and field types in your referred schema. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can add, and what is the drawback, how it comes. Okay. In SQL databases, your data must be designed and implemented before the business logic can be developed, or developed to manipulate the data. It is possible to make a update later, but large changes can be complicated, and it may lead to loss your data. It means NoSQL is a schemaless, which means in that item and the database, they don't need to have the same structure. So each one can be completely different. And in relational database, you have to define the table structure, table field type, and each item must be conform to it. Okay. Then consistency and availability. So in NoSQL databases, eventually strong consistent support, depending on the solution. Like we use CAP theorem in a NoSQL database, like consistency, ability, and performance, uh, which meet the need of application. But in SQL, the strong consistency enforced, and consistency is prioritize the ability and the performance. Then last term, performance. So in NoSQL databases, performance can be increased by reducing the consistency if needed, or all the information related to the entity is typically in a single record. Okay, so an update can happen in one operation. But in SQL databases, insert and update perform depending upon how fast a write is committed, and the string consistency is enforced. Then in SQL databases, performance can be increased by scaling up resources by using memory structure, information about the entity, maybe speed across the table rows, and require many joins, and many joins to complete the update or query. And these joins are very expensive in SQL. Okay. Then why nowadays, why we need NoSQL databases? Okay. So as I already told you, like in digital worlds now, totally all the things are digital. We store our everything in digitally, so we can access anything uh, anytime. Okay. So the companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, they generate lots of data in every day. Okay. These companies are deal with huge volume of data, and the system response time becomes slow when you have a relational database management system for the massive volume of data. Okay. So to fix this problem, or the alternative for this issue is to distribute the database load on multiple hosts. Whenever the load increases, and this data, this method is known as scaling out. So, which is possible in NoSQL database. Now there are four types of NoSQL database: key value database, document database, column
Sorry,
database, and
interrupt,
graph
madam.
database. Okay.
Madam,
Yes, ma'am.
actually, slides are not changing.
Uh,
It is
just a
the
minute.
first slide,
It's
and slide
now
show
changing.
also not activated.
Just a minute, ma'am. Let me share again. Yes. Now, ma'am, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
Now changes. Hello.
Yes,
yes,
yes, ma'am.
yes, yes.
Yeah, it's working, ma'am.
Okay. So, like I have already told you about what is the difference between SQL databases and NoSQL databases. Okay. Now we will talk about practically. Okay. So, what is the difference between SQL databases and NoSQL databases? So here I have first XAMPP databases, which is MySQL databases. Okay. So let's say I have one database here. Here is my database, which is name is Drive1, and in that databases I have this table. Okay, I have three fields: name, college, and mobile. I have form for this one. Okay, this is the form of that particular table, which is name, college, and mobile. These are the entry fields, and here I have created one table. There are three columns: name, college, and mobile. Okay, if I want to change or if I want to add a field in this form, okay, so there is also accepting field here. We need here also. Okay, like I want address field here. Okay, if I enter the data like this or register, okay, and I'll reload this. So you can say data is coming here also. But I want to add some new extra field like address field. So what I have to do in this SQL databases, I have to change the structure of these databases, or you can say I have to change the schema of these databases. Means I have to add new column here. Okay, then only I can insert new field from here, or I can insert the data from here. So in here I have to add new data, a new column, which is this basically like this, and here you have to select the type of data, type of that particular field. Like I want to add a new address field here. Then address is in the form of a text, or you can say in the form of varchar. Then you have to provide the length of that particular field, as like I have entered here 100 and then save. Okay, then I browse and here as you can see new field is added. Okay, so in this way in SQL databases you have to add everything in field type, or if you want to add extra field you have to modify that front end as well as back end also. Okay, but in NoSQL database you don't have to add this backend field. Just you change in front end field or then you are good to go. Okay, so let's talk about NoSQL databases, which is I am using MongoDB. Okay, so for MongoDB, like, okay, so this is my existing data. Okay, uh, as you can see, like databases in SQL, we have tables, but in NoSQL databases, we have collections, and in collection, we store the document. Here, as you can see, I like here are the documents. Okay, so let's see how NoSQL works, and after that, I'll show you the difference between forms, how we can add extra forms, and how we have to add it. We have to modify from the backend. So first, I'm launching MongoDB. Okay, so okay, so if you want to check how many databases are there in the NoSQL database, okay, or you can say MongoDB, because I am using MongoDB. For that, you can use show DBS command. Okay, in show DBS command, you will get to know how many databases are there present in your MongoDB server. Okay, see, so here we have 5 databases. Okay, if you want to add new database, okay, if you want to add new database, or if you want to create a new database, you have one query like use command prompt is visible. Yes, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so to check the databases, we use show dbs command. Okay, and to create a new database or to use new database, you can use this command. Use means I want to use this database, or I want to create this database. Okay, for example, I want to create a new database like student. Okay, so student is now new database. Then if I want to check is student, I have created a new student database, is there a new database is created or not in that particular server. Okay, so show dbs. So here, as you can see, I have created student, but here is not showing student database because there is no collection. Collection, you can say table. There is no table or there is no collection in that student field. So I have to add a new table in that student database. Or you can also here. Okay. So if you can see in MongoDB also, I'm sharing. Okay, I'm reloading this, and there is no database because I have created this database, student database, but there is no collection. That's the reason server is not showing that particular database. Okay, so what you have to do, just create a new collection in that student database. Then only the server will show you, okay, this database is existed. To create new database, uh, or sorry, to create a new collection, there is one query. DB means a database, create and collection. Okay, so DB create collection. In collection, you have to give the name of your table. Like for example, info. Info is my table name, and this is showing OK1. OK1 means new table is added successfully. Okay, now again I want to check. Now I have created one database, and in database I have created one collection, name is info. Now let's check in database. Now our database is existed or not. Now here, as you can see, student database is available here now. Okay, every time when you want to work on that particular database, just command use is a command. Okay, use this use command to work on that database. Now it's shifted to the DB student. Or if you don't know in which database you are working on, for that just check DB call database and ask database in which database I am working on. If you forget in which database you were working. Okay, so it is showing it's working on student database. Okay, then I have created one collection name as info. Let's check in MongoDB. Okay, here we have student database, and in database we have info collection. Okay, we have only one collection. If you want, you can add new collection also. Let's say if I want to add new collection like uh, class. Okay, let's say class, and again I'm reloading this MongoDB, and here as you can see, student is a database and classes and info are the collections. Okay, now uh, if you want to drop the database, how you can drop the database? For example, I want to drop this class collection. So just DB database dot name of that collection. Like I want to drop class and then drop. Just hit enter. So you can say here is showing DB class drop. Now let's check in here. Now class database successfully dropped, and here we have only one collection, info collection. Now let's add the data in info collection. For adding the data, you have queries like insert query, insert one or insert many. You can add a single data or you can add multiple data at the same time. So we'll start with single data. So db dot db database dot info. Now we have info table here, as you can see we have info table. So we want to add the data in that table, or you can say in that collection. So db dot info, and in info I want to insert a new data. So insert, you can one. Okay, I want to insert one data. So here I am using insert one query. Okay, now insert one. You can provide all ID, or it will take automatically. Okay, but now I'm providing one ID. Like for example, before ID you have to give have to write a name. underscore, like underscore ID colon. Here, as you can say, one. This one is a numerical number, so you don't have to type in quotes. Okay. Then I want to add name. For example, name. So name is a field, and in name, I want to add new name like Disha. Okay. Then I want to add age. For example, age is 60 and hit enter. So here, as you can say, acknowledge true and inserted ID 1 means data is inserted successfully. How can we check that? So for that, just type DB database, then name of your collection, like name of my collection is info dot find. Okay, this will returns you the value which is stored in the collection. Okay, so we have added one data successfully. Now same goes with many commands also, like db info insert many, but with many commands you have to write data in array format. Okay, so let's check how you can do that. So db database info, because I want to add data in info, and insert many. Okay, in many you have to write your data in parentheses. Okay, after that you have to provide this square brackets which indicates array. In array you have to write this individual entry like this. Okay, so I am adding one new entry here, like id 2 comma name, let's say Arnav, and I am adding class. Okay, I am not adding here age, class, and let's say class 10, class 10. Okay, there is this is one entry, and then you have to enter comma and then second entry. Okay, so id, you have to first provide id is for example 3. It's not mandatory to enter id, otherwise MongoDB will give id to this automatically. Then name, let's say name is Khushi, and then here again I am adding age and class both. Okay, so age is for example 10 and class. So for example class is 9. Now hit enter, and here as you can see acknowledge true, inserted IDs 2 and 3. So second and third ID is inserted successfully. Now now let's check is data is inserted successfully is in the info collection or not. Okay, so here as you can see id, name, age. Here as you can see I am adding age, class, and then age and class. Okay, for this format you have to in SQL you have to add specific field, or you have to provide specific schema. Okay, but in NoSQL you don't require specific schema, you can add anything or anytime. Okay, now uh, if you don't want like DB, like insert one and insert many, So you don't have to write insert one every time. You can just type insert also, like db insert, sorry, db info insert. And here you have to provide id. So why I'm giving IDs by myself, or because if there is any ID, it's easy to update the table, or it's easy to apply query on that particular data. Okay, so that's the reason I'm here typing ID by myself. I'm not using ID of NoSQL databases. ID number 4, then name. So in name, let's say I'm adding Yogesh, and here I'm adding class only. Okay, so class, let's say 12. So here also, with the help of insert query, you can just add a data in the collection. You can use insert one also, or you can use insert also. Okay. Now we have one method, pretty. Okay. So with the help of pretty method, so its data is display, result is display in readable format, is easy to read. So instead of, if you have complex data, just you can type here pretty, and data will show like this. Will result will be like this. Like, this is our command, pretty command. Okay. This is same. This is showing same because we don't have here complex data. But it's, if you have complex data, like in a specific field, like in name field, or in class field, you are adding like subclasses, or like say in orders, you are showing products, and in product field you are showing a category. Then only that will be your complex data structure. So for that, method is better for that type of complex data set. Okay. Now we have a query operator in MongoDB. Okay, so for a specific selection filters. So if you want to check how many students there are in the class 12. Okay, so what you have to do, just database. Okay, database, and then your table name info, and then will use find command, and in find command you have to write here query. Okay, so if I want to check how many students there are in the class 12, so first I will find the class. Okay, so this is class. In class I have to add one more query, like I want to check in class 12 only, how many students there are in the class 12. So for that, equal, EQ. Okay, so EQ means equal to, then colon 12. Okay, so there are two brackets, so just opens two brackets, close, and hit enter. Okay, so here as you can see the results. So ID number 4, there is only one student which is in class 12. Okay, so with the help of query optimization, you can get a specific data, or you can apply selection filters on that databases. Okay, now let's take again for the age. Okay, so just I'm using this query. For example, instead of class, if you want to check age, which is greater than. Okay, so for greater than, $GT command is used. So GT means G for greater and D for than. So greater than, like this. So greater than 12. So here we have only one student, which is Disha, uh, which is greater than 12, and then after that we have only two students, like age 10 and age 12. So here I have right, which is greater than 12. So this returns Disha. Okay. So these are the query operators. So you can say you have greater than, less than, greater than or equals to, or less than or equals to, or less than query. Let's check with less than. Instead of GT, you have to just type here ls, less than. Okay. Okay. There is one less than, lt is the command. Okay. So here we have only one student, which is age is less than 12, less than 12, 10. Okay. We got here 10 and 10 is less than 12. So like this, you can apply the filters on the data. Okay. Then we have in operator. Okay, so in operator matches specific value in the array. Okay, if you want to check, I want only these type of data, then there is one query, in query. So let's check with in query. So db dot info and find, because we want to find the data. Then here you have to provide here age or class. For example, let's check with name. Okay, so name, in name, here we have to type query, like in query. So dollar in, let's say Arnav. Okay, so Arnav is the name and it's in the format of, it's in the string format. So you have to provide the name in quotes. So Arnav, and then hit enter. Okay, so here as you can see, we have ID number 2, which name is Arnav. Okay, if you want say like say I said here XYZ, XYZ. Okay, okay, here I'm using OK database. Find this name, XYZ name, in your table or in your collection. Okay, and if there is any XYZ name, then return me the result. So there is no XYZ name in our collection, so there is no result. Here as you can see, there is no result. Then we have AND query. For example, db dot AND query or query, or we have NOR query. So I'm just using AND query here. Info dot find. Okay, in AND query, you have to provide two conditions, and if they both the conditions are true, then only this command return will return a result. Okay, or in our commands, you there is only one command should be satisfied, then only your command will give you a result. Okay, so db info find, in here you have to write query like and query. So for query, uh, first you have to write dollar like we write in php, and all must be in curly braces. So dollar and now I want to check the name, okay, and the class, or you can say age, any of the data. So in and query column, then here we want two conditions. So two condition will pass with the help of array, and for array we are using here square bracket. In square bracket for condition one brace, one curly braces, and for second condition second curly braces. So first I'll add data in first curly braces. Okay, so first here I'll add name. Okay, in name I'll say if there is any name like Khushi. Okay, and in second condition I'll say uh, okay, so age, so age should be 10. Here I am asking the database, okay, let's find is there any name Khushi, and if the name is Khushi, the age is 10 or not. Okay, if both the conditions are satisfied, then only your command will give you a result. Okay, so db info find and query. For and query we are using because we want to check two conditions, name and the age. Okay, so name is Khushi and the age is 10. Okay, the this query returns you this results. Okay, so there is one data here, Khushi is 10. Okay, let's say if I ask here if age is 9, is their name any Khushi, and if there is any age 9, then only return the result. So there is no name like 9 or Khushi. Okay, if you used here and command, so this, sorry, or command, you can say okay, so one condition is satisfied, so that this results is here, name is Khushi, and this condition is not satisfied, but we are using here or command. So in this way you can use the and query or query. Okay, you can limit your database also, if you don't want to see whole database, or if you want to see first 10 rows or last 10 rows like this, then you have limit option, limit command. Okay, okay, so now projection. Okay, if you want to check specific output, and if you want to find specific output, and if you don't want redundant data, okay, then you can use projection. Okay, so what is the projection? Now let's do this. db info. Okay, in info we'll find data. Okay, info dot find. So in find we'll use name. Okay, let's say name. Okay, so in name we'll find we'll write a query. Okay, for example, is there any name okay, so equal to name. Let's say Yogesh. Okay, so db find, this is our query, and here we'll add projection. This is our query. Now here you can add a projection to see the specific output. Uh, okay, so and here we'll see, here will pass. So class, if there is any class, so class should be 0 because we don't want to see the class. Okay, then only this query, this command will return you the name and Yogesh. Okay, if you don't want to see the name and ID, so just you can type here class equals to 0, ID equals to 0. Okay, then you will get only the name. Okay, so 0 for false and 1 for true. If you don't want to see the particular data of that uh, which is from particular ID. Okay, so just type here projections to limit the data. Okay, if you don't want to see ID, just type, you can type here for that you have to provide this data in array format, because with the help of our array we can give multiple data. Okay, so I, let's say ID should be 0. Okay, so there is one error. Okay, so we missed the curly braces. Okay, so anyways, in this way, here as you can see syntax error. So in this way you can just space limit your data, or you can say you can filter your data. Okay, then in the last I'll tell you how can you count your database and update your database. Okay, then you'll see the practical demonstration, then you'll see the resources for NoSQL database. Okay, so if you want to check how many data or how many entries there are in the that particular collection, info collection, so just db info dot find and we want to count the data, so just add count function. Or okay, and here as you can see 4 is the answer. So we have 4 entries in your database. In this way you can check ascending and descending order of your data. Now let's, last query is update query. Okay, so db dot info, if you want to update any ID or any class. Okay, info update 1, because I want to update only 1. In here you have to provide ID, like this is the ID, and this ID I want to change age, or uh, I want to add the data. Okay, here I am changing the data, or you can say okay, so update 1 ID. Here I'll provide ID, so ID equals, ID is let's say okay, ID number 2. Okay, this is I'm using, so ID number 2, and in ID number 2 I want to set a new field. Okay, so just type here $set. If you want to add new field, just $set colon, and then here type age 2. like this. Okay, and hit enter. Here as you can see, acknowledge true. Okay, modified one, and let's find the data. db dot find, sorry, db dot info dot find this data now. Or now one field is successfully added. Okay, here we are just adding from front end. We are not changing from back end, or we have not changed the any structure of back end. Okay, so this is the main advantage of NoSQL database age. And here as you can see, existing before that ID2 has no field like age, and here we have added a new age field. Okay, so in this way you can add, or you can delete and update the data from NoSQL databases. Okay, so now let's check how this is working with images and all, and we'll see the new project. Okay, okay, so here I'm using a Python Flask framework. So I'm just launching this framework. Okay, here I have this Python file. Okay, which have all the codes which is required for the MongoDB. We want this table TasteDB, and employee is the collection. And here as you can see, we have TasteDB column, and in this column we have, sorry, we have TasteDB database, and in this database we have employee collection. And here is only one database, or you can, I'm going to delete this data right now, and now there is no data. Okay, so we'll add with the help of form. So now here is a registration form. Now I am adding new data. Let's say Aditi. Okay. Now, if you want to add a new photo, okay, so there should be a folder which will, that folder uh, where you can store that particular photo, and in the server will just update a link in the format of link. Okay, so here we have I have static folder. In upload folder I have no image right now. Okay, now I am using one image and just upload the data. So congratulations, you have successfully uploaded Aditi and 24. So image is coming. So till that I'll check this data is coming or not. Okay, so here as you can see, data is coming. Age is 24. Sorry, name is Aditi, age is 24, and there is a link of that particular folder. Okay, now let's check in the folder, is there any picture is coming or not. So here is, as you can see, static folder, upload folder, and here is one picture. Okay, so in this way you can add a data, or you can as I have already told you, there is no language for NoSQL database. You can use with React.js, Node.js. So I am using with Python. Okay, so if we want to add new field, okay, so this is our existing data, and if we want to add new data, okay, so what you have to do, you have to just create, you have to just create, you have to just create a new field here. Okay, so for that, and here is, okay, here as you can see, image is updated right now. Okay, and here is the link, here is the link of that particular image. Okay, now let's check with one more entry, but okay. So for that, I'm using second form. I have already created command. Okay, so I'm launching this framework. Okay, so here I have three fields: first name, last name, and age. Okay, so I have not changed any structure here, but I have changed only front end. Okay, front end uh, and in the here, like where you are passing the data in NoSQL server. Okay, so there only you can you have to change the structure only. So for example, first name is Yogesh. For example, last name is Sharma, and input age is 22. Okay, now with this I'm again adding new picture. Okay, before that let me check is there any picture is available. There is no picture in this folder. Okay, now upload the data. Here as you can see, Yogesh Sharma and age is 22. Now let's check in MongoDB, reload this data, and here as you can see, here is the data. Okay, so here we have not added any extra field, like I have added first last name field in this form, but I have not changed in back end. I have only changed in the front end and the entry data. Okay, so in this way MongoDB is in the demand, because you don't have to create you don't have to create a column, or you don't have to add a field type in databases if you want to add a new entry or new data. Okay, now let's so if you go with SQL Server, you have to add every single type, every single column, every single field type you have to mention here. Okay, so it's quite difficult for large volume, large database, or you can say okay. So next is here we have some reference resources. Okay, so where you can learn all these types of NoSQL database or NoSQL database. First we have MongoDB. Okay, so here in MongoDB, MongoDB is provided you a installation guide or CRUD operation or nodes. Okay, so let's talk about documents or CRUD operations. Okay, so here we have databases and collections. Okay, how databases is work. And let's say if you want to check any queries, if you want to learn queries, here are the queries, like this is the collection and this is the field values. Then you have read and write operation, how you can read the data, how you can write the data, how you can limit your data. All the things are here. Just you have to just read uh, read the document and apply this. Then here as you can see, DB collection, update one, update many. Okay, you can replicate your data, delete operation. Okay, so all the queries are here. Okay, how you can create mapping chart. All the data is available here. And okay, now indexing, how can check or create indexing with the help of NoSQL database, uh, MongoDB, in MongoDB. Then we have YouTube. Okay, I think everyone knows about YouTube. So here We have some tutorials. You can check the one. This is Maidani is quite better. And then okay, so then we have W3 resources. In W3 resources, we'll get to know about NoSQL databases. Okay, W3 resources. Here is one site. You can check here if you want to learn about NoSQL database. Okay, here as you can see, NoSQL, and here all the instruction how to add, how to delete, command, and all these things. Okay, all all these things are available here. Then we have next data camp. Data camp is a site for tutorials. Okay, some topics are paid or some topics are free. So choose the free one. Okay, so here we have all the study material is available here also. Okay, then your cheat sheet if you want to uh, learn in if you want to learn in less time. Okay, so then cheat sheet is better. I have to log in from here. So just you can see here NoSQL, search for NoSQL. NoSQL search. Okay, so here as you can see, the cheat sheets of what is SQLR. Okay, so you can check here also in DataCamp. NoSQL. Okay, here as you can see, here is one introduction to MongoDB in Python, and here with as you can see flexibility data structure, we have chapters, and in chapters, if you click on chapters, you'll get to know there is one video also. Okay, so here is one video, so you can check this one. Then we have Coursera. Okay, so in Coursera also you get the study material like introduction to NoSQL databases. Then for example NoSQL, just click on, so this, okay, so this is not showing properly. Then for example second one, let's check second one. Syllabus. In syllabus you'll get, okay, so you'll get to know there is 14 videos are available. Okay, and then here are the free study material is available here. Okay, so you can check Coursera also. DataCamp and Coursera is the best one. And okay, so let's check in this all the videos. Okay, so how can create MongoDB, getting started. Okay, so all the things are given here. Some queries are also here, how we can update. Okay, so all the things are given here. So this is the free one, can use this. So projecting queries, updating documents, how can update documents, like I already told you in using one query. Okay, so how can update in bulk, okay, data types in MongoDB. Okay, so all the queries are given here and all in the form of video, I think so. Okay, we have 16 videos. Let's start first video. Okay, so in this way you can learn from Coursera. So okay, then if you want to if you want to learn from like trial and error method online, if you don't have specific software in your laptop, then go for W3 School. Okay, W3 School, NoSQL. Okay, so here we have some, is also, just a minute, just type here W3 School and type here NoSQL. Okay, here you'll, as you can see, introduction to NoSQL, is NoSQL, or you can also check NoSQL with Python also. Okay, so here as you can see, you have this website W3 School where you can directly run here also. You don't need here your setup in your laptop. You can just check your queries, or you can practice from here also. Okay, so let's check this. This is the first code, like how to uh, establish a connection with MongoDB and Python. Okay, so like this, after establishing connection, you will get the data like this. Okay, then all the things are given here, like queries, MongoDB queries. Okay, so you can check from here also. If you want to check from PDF, if you want to check, if you want to learn from PDF, then just type NoSQL PDF, file type PDF. Okay, so here you will get lots of PDFs, or for specific output tutorial that you can see. These are the PPTs, but master tutorial book. You can type here book. We have some books here. Okay, we have here book. Okay, here as you can see, chapter 1, chapter 2. Okay, so in this way you can, if you don't want to see the video, okay, so you can go through the PDF also. All the things are given here. So this is quite better PDF, that how you can insert the data, how you can update the data, what is advantages, disadvantages, how you can install the MongoDB on your laptop. Then we have some data modeling techniques here. Okay. So in this way, you can find or you can learn by yourself NoSQL databases. NoSQL database. It's as I have already told you, there is no specific language for NoSQL. Okay. So you can go with any languages like React.js, Python, uh, Java, sorry, jQuery. Okay. So according to me, just you can use the YouTube or W3 School, because day by day MongoDB is updated. If you are going through book, so maybe for the installation is quite difficult if a book is the older version. Okay, so for the installation you can use the YouTube as a resource, or W3 School as a resource. Okay, because yeah, last year the last year the MongoDB was quite different process for the installation, and now for the different process for the installation in this year, because day by day the demand is increasing, so software is also updating. Okay, so for the installation you can use YouTube videos, or you can refer the YouTube videos. So this is okay. Now you can use data camp also. Data camp is also the good one, because you will get all the cheat sheets from here. If you want to learn in less time, so cheat sheet is better. Then okay. So okay. So here you'll get in the W3 school, you will get all the options. Like if you want to use NoSQL database with Python, or with jQuery, or with React.js, all things you'll get here. Okay. Here, as you can see, Python with MongoDB. Then in machine learning, you can also use this one. Okay. Then we have a new, it's old Science Direct. Okay. In Science Direct, you can check the about NoSQL databases, or what is trending, or what is the research about NoSQL database. Okay, there you can say research articles, advanced NoSQL database with Python for Internet of Things and big data analytics. Okay, you can check a research paper from here also. You will get okay. So from Science Direct is also a good one if you want to see how things is going on, and what is the new invention in no, with NoSQL databases. Okay, in NoSQL database, so Science Direct is a good one for case study, or for a research purpose. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the advantages. So advantages of NoSQL database can be used for analytics data as a source. You can say it has a big data capability, easy for replications, and NoSQL databases provides fast performance and horizontal scalability, which is most important nowadays, because you have to scale your data if uh, if there is a load in your server. Okay, then it NoSQL database, it handles a big data which manages the data velocity, variety, volumes, and complexity also. Okay, and the disadvantage of NoSQL database is no standardization rule. There is no rule for any structure or limited. We have limited query in NoSQL. Okay, so now it's better for companies who deal with huge volume of data like Google, Facebook, Amazon. Okay, and okay, so all these things, this is all for these sessions. So you can use this resources for learning purpose if you want to learn NoSQL database. Okay, this is all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
If you have any doubts, you can ask me any questions.
Any participant is having any questions? Any participants having any questions? Ma'am, one request from my side. Can we get
Okay.
these codes? The connectivity of
Yeah,
Python with MongoDB?
yeah. You can get this course in Data Camp and in Coursera.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.